Oh, what is this? Officer Rio back because so many people are asking me how to transition over to endgame. What is it I'm gonna be doing? How to do it? What weapons to use? And if that's the stuff that interests you, what time does endgame really start? Do I really gotta wake up at 6 in the morning to start? That's what we're gonna be talking about today. Yo guys, what's going on? Officer Rio here on the scene, and I'm about to whip you guys into shape for endgame. Now I know you got a lot of emotional people in the comment section. There's no such thing as endgame. Listen, here's because you died 14 minutes in and you don't know how to cope with it. Okay? We got therapy sessions for people like you because you soft. Alright? I'm gonna build you guys up to the best endurance players that you can be. I'm gonna have you guys pushing yourself to the limits. Now listen, if you've been running around in missions with Nezha, God bless your soul, and you don't know what to do, you got a Soma Prime in your hands, first thing I'm gonna need you to do is stand up straight. Stand up straight. You're gonna stand up straight and you never gonna look me in the eyes. You hear me, soldier? First thing you gonna do, throw your Somas away. But LifeOfRio, it's my best weapon. It's not your best weapon, it's your worst weapon. It's holding you back. It's like blocking yourself from thinking you can really do it. That Soma's hurting your heart, baby. I'm gonna go over the weapons that you need. I'm gonna go over the things that you need to do. And listen, you're about to build a brand new way of friendship. If you thought you were friends before walking around with your friends picking up neurosensors, oh, that's nothing compared to what you're about to go through right now. Now, most important thing for endgame is communication. That's one of the main important things in endgame is goddamn communication. Because if you're that one guy that don't like to communicate, don't like to write in the chat, trust me, you're a problem, okay? You can do your own thing, but you need communication, okay? So when you're going into endgame runs, you and your people, you guys need to communicate on what it is, what type of elemental combos you're going to be using, why you're using these elemental combos, and learn how to put these elemental combos together. That is very important because when you learn how to put elemental combos together, you actually do ridiculous amount of damage to enemies, and what frames are going to coordinate. I'm going to say it one more time. Coordinate with each other. That's one thing you're going to need to do. Coordination is very important in endgame, okay? Now, I want to go over something else. For the guy in the back that don't understand nothing, want to go in the mission and don't understand what it is that he's going to be doing, thinking he's better than everybody else, when you get to endgame, but LifeOfRio, I heard in endgame all you do is camp. Shut your face before I fold your lips, okay? Now, it's very important. This is very important, all right? I want you guys to understand why people stay in one spot after an hour. Do you guys understand? Anybody get it?
Well, it's just camping, LifeOfRio. It doesn't matter how you put it.
Listen, are you the same guy from the last video with the cargo pants with no pockets? Yeah, that's you. I remember you. I remember the look in your eyes. All twinkly. You're weak. I can tell you're soft. You're going to need to be revived. I can tell right now. Now, listen, here's the thing. Spawn control is very, very important. Super important. What's then going to happen is that you're going to be in the same room. The reason why you're in the same room is so you can keep the enemies flowing towards you at the same pace, so you can keep up your kills per second. If you run out that room, you then start opening up other doors. Once you start opening up other doors, then the spawns are split. Once the spawns are split, your kills per second is then lowered, okay? You want to always keep the enemies coming in the same spot to keep up your kills per second to increase your chances of picking up RNG life support.
Excuse me, LifeOfRio, I had a question.
Sure, man, go ahead, ask away, but god dang, your voice deep. Sound like you sell insurance.
How do I know when is the best time to activate life support?
Okay, Allstate, that's a good question. Now, what you want to actually know is how to activate life support. When is the best time, right? Now, what's basically going on is life support, you can get it to 30% depending on if you're a player that knows that you're going to be able to kill to make up that time. On an average playing field of the people that play survival, they don't like the life support to go under 50. Now, key thing I want to tell you guys, if you're maxed out on life support, always use one, okay? If you have 8 life supports waiting, or you have a max of 6 life support waiting, and you can't get any more from Lotus, always use one. Keep it over 60%. Always use one. And when that other one comes back, use it again. Don't go activating multiple life support unless you're in a really critical situation, okay? You just want to always activate that same one. And once you activate that same one, you gain your 30%. Once you gain that 30%, you kill as many enemies as fast as you can. And remember to synergize your attacks. That is the next thing. It's so important. Importante. Synergize your attacks. All right. Now, if you have a Frost with a slow build, with an Ice Wave build, and you combo that Frost with like somebody like a Banshee, it's going to be easy for you to hit those spots with your weapons. So know which Warframes you have to synergize stuff with. I've been talking about this since the start of my YouTube channel years ago. Okay? You always want to synergize things. That's one thing that my channel is known for. I always talk about synergy. Synergy between Warframes is very, very important. Always see what you have there. All right? Now, the number one thing that you're always going to need for when you're doing an end game run, you always want to figure out who's going to be the tank. The tank is the person that's going to be protecting the team. Who's the defensive frame? Are you going to have a Volt? If you're going to have a Limbo? And listen, I'm going to tell you guys this. If you have a Limbo, you have to be extremely good. Do not just bring Limbo because Limbo is just like your favorite. You have to make sure that the team knows how to coordinate and play around Limbo's playstyle. That is very important. You can't just pick the frame because you feel like you're good with the frame, but nobody else knows how to work around the frame. Explain it to your teammates. All right. Now, Volt is the easiest. You have Frost there, but depending on your bubble size, you got to be able to understand that, hey, I'm a Frost. I need to keep my bubble up. The most important thing that I need to do, and my biggest weakness in this mission is to pop the nullifier bubbles. You got to understand who's the defensive frame, who's the buffer. Now, you need a defensive frame. You need a buffer. Buffers are somebody like Banshee and Saren and stuff like that you can add in there. Okay. You need a DPS frame, which is going to be the straight DPS frame. First person that comes to mind is Ashe. You got a Mesa. You have different people like that. And then your fourth frame is very, very random. You can really choose all you want. Now, if you're trying to do far endurance runs, you can go Necros. If you're trying to do 5 hours, you don't need a Necros. You can go past 5 hours without a Necros. If you're trying to go past 5, you can go to 5 hours without a Necros. If you're trying to go past 5, bring yourself a Necros. So if you're trying to get up to the first hour or the first 2 hours, you don't need a Necros. Any frame combinations can actually get you up to that point, long as you synergize your attacks at the same time. Those are things that you want to pay attention to. Then you want to understand, listen, this is important, okay? Novas do not grab life support, ever. If you have a stealth frame, it's always your job to go get the life support. The people who's defending the team, you don't go get life support. If you're a Frost, don't get life support. Your job is there. Always figure out who's going to get life support. Okay, remember you can turn into your Tanos or that, but there's a certain frame that always stays back because you're the defender of the team. You got to protect that Banshee, man. She's squishy, but she kind of thick. You know what I'm saying? You got to make sure to protect her at all times. That's just how it goes down. Now, like I say, man, it's always easier than you think to get into doing an hour run. And I'm going to tell you this, for all the people out there that has tried it, let me know in the comment section. Once you do 1 hour, I have had so many people tell me it was so fun. It is a different type of rush that you get from the game. And if you've never tried it, please try it. I don't want it to be something you do every day. Just try it once in a blue moon. It is such a rush, and you have so much fun. You see new things that you've never seen before, like the enemies, how your weapon is doing. You start communicating with your team. You guys are going back and forth. Now remember, if you guys need people to run with, join my Discord. We have an endgame community in there and people to run with on all different platforms. All right. So if it's like a recruitment area in my Discord. Now, this is going to be the segment that I'm going to talk about for solo players. Oh, you want to be a solo player, don't you? You want to go far with a solo player. Huh? That's what you want? You're looking all spunky out there. That's what you want to do. All right, now this is what you got to understand. Depending on the frame that you want, I can't tell you guys what frames to bring. But if you want to know strong frames for your first time to get that confidence, Ivar is the best frame in the game. Octavia, best frame in the game. They both hold the title. It doesn't even matter. You can go with Nidus, ridiculous. You have different frames out there. You can just try frames to see how it is to fit your playstyle and what it is that you feel like you're lacking when you're playing other frames. Now, for solo instances, you don't have the luxury of using corrosive projection. Oh, LifeOfRio, that's what you think, but I'm using Ashe, Seek, and Shuriken. Whoa, calm down there, Billie Jean. You know, you're a little hype right now. But for solo instances, hit that hour mark, man. You got to make sure to control the spawn points Enemy radar as when you're doing solo is really important for me because it highlights where the enemies are more so spawning from, so you can choose the right area. You don't want to be in a spot to where the enemies are spawning from too far to actually run to you to actually get there. All right, now if you're having problems with life support, have a frame that kills faster. If you're having trouble with life support, you want to kill faster. RNG is RNG, orange G, but it doesn't matter. You want to kill as fast as you can to actually increase those drop percentage. Now, if you're not doing as much killing but you're grabbing life support, that's not going to take you far. You don't want to use as many life support capsules. You want to leave those capsules for the later time to really push past the point to where you're not killing as quick. That's one thing you want to pay attention to as a solo player. All right, manage your life support. Make sure your kills per second is up. Have a very strong top tier weapon. If you're trying to get to 1 hour, you don't need super top tier weapons because the weapons can bring you there as long as you combo it with the weapon. With the Warframe's abilities. Now, I'm not out here telling you guys to go do no 3-4 hours so you can complain. I'm telling you, make it to 45 minutes and then try to get that extra 15 minutes. Once you make it to 45 minutes or you make it to 30 minutes, see what it is you're doing wrong. Make sure your frames are max forward. Make sure all your mods are leveled. Make sure to actually work on your parkour. Parkour is very important. Do not stand still in missions if you're doing team play, unless you're camping behind Volt. If you're moving around in missions when you're doing solos, do not stand still, man. Roll a lot, move. Actually take advantage of the environment. Know where the enemies are coming from. Have enemy radar if you use it. Set enemies up around corner. You can use whatever it is that you want. You just got to be creative when you do these runs. Now, to run in the background, it's just there. Don't even worry about it. It's just there. I'm just talking over it. All right. It's nothing. I do that on Twitch all the time. We're just having fun. Just messing around with Asher really didn't do much. Now, hope that you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please give the video a thumbs up. I love you guys. I'm going to come out with some part 2 to where I give breakdowns. Now, this is just the introduction, just like how I did my introduction video to my new player content, which new player content is coming up. We're going to talk about formers and everything to help you guys out because I love you guys. Now what's going on, this is my introduction to endgame. So what I'm coming with is an endgame tier list of how these frames fare with going in endgame. Now listen, when I say this part, if you made it this far in the video, can you tag it and let me know if you guys want this in the comment section to come out with an endgame tier list to where I rate every single frame. I've started that before, but I can bring it back now with a better way on how to approach it because we have a lot more players that's trying to go into endgame, and I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. Thank you so much and have a dope day. Follow me over on Twitch. Hold up. Guys, if you like my Twitch, let me know in the comment section if you made it this far. We have so much freaking fun on Twitch. It's always so lit. If you guys are into anime, we talk about a lot of anime. I'm always talking about the Sharingan. That is, my channel is the Uchiha's Nation, man. That is what it is, the Uchiha gang, Sharingan gang. We're lit. Okay. Yo, plus that sub alert is so lit. Oh, yo, I'll catch you guys later. Take care.